Vande Matram students. Now we will read chapter number 15, the Indian Freedom Struggle Second. In previous lesson we have read till partition of Bengal and reunite the Bengal. Now in this lesson we will read the different movement that are like Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Rowlatt Act, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, and World War II and Quit India movement, which was the last moment of the freedom struggle. Okay. Now we will read about Rowlatt Act and Non-Cooperation Movement. In February 1919, the Rowlatt Act was passed on the recommendations of the Rowlatt Committee and was named after its president, Sir Sidney Rowlatt. He was a British judge. In this act, the British government unconditional power to arrest anyone without the benefit of a jury or trial means peoples are arrested without any reason. This was in Rowlatt Act. It also empowered the government to restrain newspaper from printing any kind of anti-British propaganda. Thus, it came to be known as the Blake Act, and the Rowlatt Act was strongly opposed by the entire country, and all people were very angered with the Britishers. Now, Gandhiji announced peaceful demonstration and meeting to express discontent over the Rowlatt Act. On 13th April 1919, more than 10,000 men, women, and children assembled at the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar to peacefully oppose the Rowlatt Act. And this was very horrible incident among the Indian peoples. In Jallianwala Bagh, the General Dyer both in his troop and closed the main entrance of the Jallianwala Bagh Park and opened fire on the people who were gathered in the park. The shocking and inhuman incident not just killed thousands of innocent people but also indicated the complete apathy of the British towards Indian, and thousands of innocent people were died. After the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement in September 1920 and asking complete independence from the British rule. The people across the country and pledged their wholehearted support to the movement of non-cooperation, and Indian working in government offices they resigned, lawyers boycott the courts, and teachers, lecturers and children left the British-run educational institute, and they all cooperate this movement by boycotting all things which are conducted by Britishers. In a stray incident in February 1922, an agitated mob of people set a police station on fire in Chauri Chora in Uttar Pradesh, in which 22 policemen died. The incident greatly disturbed Gandhiji, and Gandhiji called off the non-cooperation movement. Now, the civil disobedience movement was started. In 1929, England sent a commission under Sir John Simon to review British governance over India as per the Act of Reforms in 1919. The mounting Chelmsford reforms. And this was the Simon Commission, who's named after the John Simon. The commission was to review the share granted to the Indians to rule themselves. But this commission was from this commission, Indians were not satisfied, and as India were not part of the commission, a single people was not part of this commission, and they welcomed India with the black flags, and they give a slogan that Simon go back, because in this commission the all seven peoples were from the Britishers. A single people was not from India. That's why it was opposed. And Indian gave slogan Simon go back. Then the Lala Lajpat Rai was badly hurt in the police lathi charge, and the later succumbed to his injuries. And on 26 January 1930, the Indian National Congress means INC announced Purna Swaraj, the first ever declarations of independence, and the logo was there. Purna Swaraj means the British enacted the salt law, which prohibited Indians from making salt. On 12th March 1930, Gandhiji inaugurated the civil disobedience movement with the historic Dandi March, and Gandhiji started the Dandi March from Sabarmati Ashram and covered the distance near about 385 kilometers and reached at Dandi and complete this coastline by making the salt. At Dandi, Gandhiji and his followers made salt and thus broke the salt law. In the same way, at C. Rajgopalachari conducted similar march in Tamil Nadu by breaking this law, and this was also called the Salt Satyagraha. And the Satyagraha's logo was that force born from truth and love. This was the logo of Satyagraha. And in Satyagraha movement, women, peasants as well as Adivasis and Dalits also took part in the civil disobedience movement. Civil disobedience movements means avagya movements. We have to disobey the Britishers. Now the Cripps Commissions and Crip India movement. When the Second World War broke out in 1939, the British declared that India would participate from the side of English force in against the Second World War. This strongly infuriated the Indians, who decided not to join the war till India achieved complete independence. For this purpose, the two negotiated the further a mission led by Sir Stamford Cripps was sent to India, but the Cripps Commission was getting unsuccessful, and this commission was dismissed. All leaders tried to negotiate for India's independence, but were unable to make any breakthrough. Now, on 8th August 1942, the Congress passed the Quit India resolutions under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, and the now the Quit India movement was started, and the India movement marked the beginning of the final fight for independent nations. Means it was the last movement for getting independence. The British government decided to crush this movement by arresting all the prominent leaders before the morning of 9th August 1942. All leaders were arrested by Britishers. Now whole country were together to against the Britishers for getting independence, and they start Quit India movement. Yeah, we can say chale jao for the Britishers, means Bharat Chodo Andolan was started, and it was the last movement. Now all the country in different places this movement was started. Now again British won the Second World War, but in incurred heavy losses, means agitations against the British throughout the country, and INC was started by Subhash Chandra Bose. All peoples were against. Now the weakened the foundation of British rule in India after the Second World War, and they all getting together and granting complete freedom to Indian was the only option by the Britishers. On 18th July 1947, the British Parliament passed the Indian Independence Act, which partitions India into two independent nations, that was namely India and Pakistan. Now India was participants in two parts, that was West Pakistan and East Pakistan, and one was India. At midnight on 15th August 1947, the British lowered the Union Jack and the Indian tricolor was unfurled, and then it was the last that India got independence, and Lord Mountbatten was the last viceroy of British India. And from our country, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was nominated as the first president of independent India, and the Jawaharlal Nehru, who was nominated as first prime minister of independent India. Thank you.